MBA is more valuable than a master's in accounting. Taxes or auditing, which one pays more and which will you advise for used more on? Thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. I cannot believe that we have 3,000 subscribers on this channel. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. If you are brand new here, hey, I am so happy you're here. So in today's video, I am going to be answering all of your questions. I did post on my community page a few weeks back a Q&A, a career Q&A, as I haven't done one in a while, and you guys did ask me questions. So that is what I'm going to be answering today. So if you haven't yet, make sure you go ahead and get your cup of coffee, because this is going to be a coffee chat. You guys know we like to do coffee chats over here on this channel. If you don't drink coffee, get your tea, get your wine, water, something. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into the video. So let's start with the very first question. Any advice for undergraduate accounting students on how to get a well-paid job after graduation? So I do have a video. I'm gonna link it here, and I'm gonna have a playlist in the description box as well where I do answer this question. I've answered it before, and yes, as an undergrad student, you need to make sure that you are participating in activities at your university. I know right now with the pandemic, everything is crazy, but pretty much things have shifted virtually. So make sure you are looking on your school's website for any company virtual events that are occurring, so that you can be able to get a job or internship, especially if you're an accounting student trying to go the Big Four route. Pretty much for right now, all the events are virtual, and right now it is recruiting season, so make sure you don't miss it. I'm gonna make sure I try to have this video out in time, but make sure you are actively participating in spring recruiting season, and then there's fall recruiting season that starts in August, September, October timeframe. So the next question that I have here, I'm currently applying for as many internships as I can. Some have reached out. Now I'm having anxiety about interviews, being a very shy and introverted person, that I'm feeling like I'm going to mess up. Any advice on how to conduct myself at the interview? So I do have a video on this as well. I have a video answering about how to prepare for an interview, and I do have a blog post, so make sure you check out my blog. I'm going to have the link to the blog post below. Pretty much for your interview, I know even if you're an introvert, it's going to be okay. At the end of the day, they want to gauge your personality, and you also want to gauge the people interviewing you personality to see if it is a good fit both ways. So I would highly suggest to just calm down. Don't be nervous. It's going to be perfectly okay. Make sure you do your research on the company, and make sure that this is exactly what you do want for the beginning of your career and for your internship. Like, don't be shy. You don't need to know all the technical stuff in an internship phase. You just need to be somebody who's willing to learn, somebody who's willing to grow, as well as somebody who's a good team player. Can you talk about the specific classes of your degree? I do have a video on this as well. I'm gonna link it, where I explain to you guys. I filmed it last year, busy season, where I pretty much explained to you guys every single class on my transcript that I took related towards my accounting degree. And I guess I'll touch on my master's degree quickly. So for my master's degree, I had to take 36 credits, and those credits consisted of me taking marketing, business management. I did take a couple of accounting courses. So I took an auditing course, I took accounting information systems, I took a forensic accounting class, I took a managerial accounting, had to do economics, I had to do statistics. So and I forgot some of the other classes, but essentially I needed 36 credit hours for my master's degree, and those are pretty much the classes that I took. And because I did do an accounting concentration, that's why a majority of my classes were accounting based. Healthcare accounting, any opinions or info? I do not have too much information on healthcare accounting, but I do hear that it is a very good field. I would highly suggest do your research, and you could even be the person that starts a channel giving advice on these topics if that hasn't been done yet. I have audited the healthcare profession, and I know that healthcare accounting or healthcare auditing is a big thing, and it's something that's going to be useful and be around for a while. Don't let anybody fool you. So I would just say do some more research on it, as unfortunately I do not have all of the proper information on that, but it is important. And I know like healthcare, especially around the billing, like the billing processes and trying to get the money from patients who maybe haven't paid, or who may be having issues with insurance. So yeah, that's as much as I can tell you for healthcare. I would be curious to know how healthcare accounting works, especially because America's healthcare system is a mess. I imagine that hospitals must have an entire department full of accountants running around like chickens with their head cut off. Yeah, so like I just previously mentioned, I don't know too much about healthcare accounting, but at least for me auditing healthcare clients and healthcare companies, it is a need. I know that it's big, especially with the different types of billing that they do and the different types of insurances. So I think it's a market or a sector within accounting worth looking into. How is it going being head of HR? What are some of your daily activities? So this is some good iced coffee. I'm not an iced coffee fan, but this is good. So in case you are new to my channel and don't know too much about me, I was a former public accountant, and as of December of 2020, I did make a career shift into non-for-profit, and currently in non-for-profit, I'm the chief financial officer for my organization, and I also currently oversee human resources. And it's been fun, definitely learning a lot, definitely learning a lot of rules, a lot of regulations, what you can do, what you can't do, having to learn how to deal with employees who have conflicts and kind of being the middleman. And I helped write my first performance improvement plan for an employee. So like things like that I'm learning, and it's really been fun. And I just got a mentor for human resources, which I'm going to start meeting with. I'm going to start meeting with them regularly to just help me better my human resources skills. And I'm going to see if I can find any classes that I could get some just so I could get some classes down for it. If I get a certification, I might go that route. But overall, HR is definitely a beast. Please respect everybody that you know from HR from now on, because there's a lot that goes into it besides them just processing your paperwork and paying you. Taxes or auditing, which one pays more, and which will you advise for used more on? Depending on the route that you go. So if you're starting off at a Big Four, I don't really think that there is a salary discrepancy between if you go to tax route or the audit route. I think they start entry-level people around the same, unless it's advisory. Advisory, which is consulting, is a whole nother ball game, and that salary is completely separate. In terms of what is more useful, either or is useful. The only thing I can say with tax is if you start off your career in tax, you could fall into a rabbit hole of all the jobs that you do is in tax. Even if you decide to leave your public accounting firm, you might find a lot of tax jobs, versus if you're in audit, you have a little bit more leeway. This is just my opinion, don't quote me on that. You can ask other people who do tax. But either or is good. Yes, babe. Come in. Hi.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
How many beers have you done so far? Two.
Give me dinner today. Love you. Yeah, so in terms of one or the other, I cannot tell you that. I would suggest doing an internship if possible. Try to find a firm that you can do a rotational internship where you do part of your internship in tax and part in audit so that you can see which one works best for you. How can we improve our technical skills such as data analytics, Excel, access outside of our company? I am going to be doing a separate video on all of the Excel formulas or types of data analytics and softwares that you need to know to be successful in the accounting world. But pretty much what you should be doing is when you are at home off hours, or even now as a student, I highly recommend taking accounting information systems as a class and taking management information systems as a class. Going through just study Excel. If you go on Microsoft's website, you can go through Excel, learn the basic formulas, like learn how to do pivot tables, learn how to do certain functions, which I'm going to touch on in more detail in the video that I'm going to do. There is a software called Power BI that a lot of firms and companies are now moving towards. So maybe learning Power BI, it's like Excel but on steroids, learning about that and just studying different data analytic techniques. So maybe looking for exercises online where they have a data sheet for you, and then you organizing that data in some way, shape, or form. So those are ways that I think that you can do in the immediate term to help increase your data analytics and your Excel skills. Read books on it, watch videos, and yeah, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss that video when I do push it out to you guys. I'm graduating with a bachelor's in sociology, but want to go the accounting route. Can I do a master's in accounting, or do I have to get another bachelor's but in accounting things in advance? You can definitely get your master's in accounting, but I'm not gonna lie to you, you are coming in at a disadvantage because you have not taken any undergraduate accounting courses. So a lot of the stuff, especially when it comes to like some intermediate accounting stuff, it is going to be a foreign language to you. So I highly recommend, if you have at least a semester left, or if you can take classes in the summer, try to take an accounting, at least an introduction to accounting class, if you want to go that route. So that way when you do go to grad school, you are better prepared, because it is going to be a little challenging for you, but you're still going to be able to do it. Once you understand it, and you'll be fine. That is my best advice to you. Start doing accounting research now, just so you can get more familiar with at least like basic level accounting, like debits and credits, journal entries, T accounts, what all makes up the balance sheet, what all makes up the income statement, stuff like that. Hi, can you give any advice on steps to CPA Journey? Also, if you have met the 150 credit requirements during undergrad, then a master's degree isn't necessary to obtain. Okay, I think I understand that question. So, advice on the CPA Journey, I do have videos on that as well, so again, I'm going to link it below. Currently, I'm still studying for my CPA, and that's a whole nother thing on its own. But essentially, the journey is you complete your 150 credit hours, then you're eligible to sit for the exam, study for the exam, sit. When you get it, you get it. If you fail, you just take the exam again until you pass, essentially. So if you have met your 150 credit hours by undergrad, you do not need to get your master's degree in accounting. So many people do their master's degree in accounting because they usually graduate from undergrad with 120 credits, and then you get the additional 30 credits from grad school. But if you get it before undergrad, if you get it while in undergrad, you do not need to get the master's. But I would suggest going for an MBA or going for a master's in something else that can enhance your accounting skills. How do you know if you are getting a fair salary and how to negotiate? So the only way that you're gonna know if you're getting a fair salary is for you to do research in the market. So I suggest you go and just Googling how much do accountants make in blah 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 state, wherever it is that you live, your state, your city, and do a comparison to that as to what it is that they are offering you. In terms of salary negotiation, please let me know if you guys want me to provide you guys my salary negotiation template that I have. I can release it for like a super reduced price. It's gonna be like $5 for you guys to download off of my website if you need it. But I do have a salary negotiation template which I've shared with a few people, which has helped them a lot. So in terms of negotiating your salary, you need to be able to pretty much tell them as to, okay, I looked at the market, this is what the average is going for, and these are the skills, this is X, Y, and Z skills that I am bringing to the table, which is why I feel like I should get paid whatever amount it is that you're trying to go for. Is a corporate accounting job exhausting, boring? Do you think people regret majoring in accounting? Thank you so much. So no, a corporate accounting job is not boring. I think it depends on who you are. So there's the people who go into accounting thinking that they're gonna go into accounting and they're gonna make a lot of money. And then they realize that, okay, public accounting route is not for them. They just wanna do a job that's a 9 to 5 that they can get in and get out. So the cons to doing the corporate accounting straight out of college would be the fact that you don't learn as much as you do if you go the public accounting route. However, is it boring? That's up to you. That's up to your interpretation. Everybody's different. Of course, like the day-to-day tasks can get repetitive, but that's with any career. Like sometimes things get repetitive, but I don't think it's necessarily boring. I just think that everyone is different. Like I can say that I'm currently in corporate accounting and I love it, but that's because I have a public accounting background. So I've seen the entire balance sheet, I've seen the entire income statement, so I've seen all of the different aspects, like how IT fits into the accounting and softwares, and how like the manufacturing side feeds into accounting. So I've kind of seen it all, so I don't think it's boring, but you will just have to try it and see if it works for you, and if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The last question that I have here is, hi Nicole, can you talk about the benefits of an MBA? I'm about to graduate with a BBA in accounting and I'm really interested in an MBA. I also need to get the 150 credits, so I think it would be beneficial to get a master's. So I personally, again, this is my own opinion, my own experience, do not quote me on anything, but I do think that a master's, a MBA is more valuable than a master's in accounting. And I say this because an MBA, you're not only further enhancing on what you learned in undergrad, but you're learning about problem solving skills. You're learning about how to manage a company. You're learning how to manage a lot of things and how to see how it's pretty much a big puzzle that comes together, and seeing how a company is run. Or ran, I don't know how to say it in English, but yeah, so I think that a master's in business administration is more effective and will take you further in your career progression than a master's in accounting, because then the master's in accounting will literally just serve you for your CPA and that's it. But you can get your 150 credit hours with an MBA as well. All you would have to do is, of course, maybe see if the school that you're going to has a concentration in accounting, or take some additional accounting courses. Since you are already in grad school, you can take some of those masters in accounting classes anyway. But I say an MBA is going to take you further than just a master's in accounting. So guys, with that, I hope you enjoyed me answering some of your questions. Feel free to comment down some more questions that you have below. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. It's corporately_Nicole, where I do give you guys career tips and you guys just get to see some more of my day-to-day life. Make sure you guys are following me on my blog, where I do give you guys a lot of career tips as well in more detail. For those of you guys who do like to read. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. Thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. I cannot believe that we have 3,000 subscribers on this channel. So we're gonna make some new goals, of course, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me on this amazing journey. Thank you guys for your support, for your love, and comment any other questions that you want answered below. Don't forget to check out the description box, because it's gonna have a link to my accounting playlist, some of the videos that I mentioned, as well as some specific blog posts to help you all out. So I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.